Yes, family, what's good? What's happening? What's popping? What's cracking? Hope everyone's blessed. Welcome to another episode of Unique Sessions. My name is Unique Creation, and this is a continuation of the Take Time series. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is Take Time to Build. That's the title. Take Time to Build. And the Bible verse I picked out for this one is Psalms 37:7. It says, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not yourselves over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices." Let me say that again because it's a long one. The first part says, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him." That's the first part. And it says, "Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices." Now, building something big always takes time. It takes time and help, actually. It takes time and help. Building something can take a long time. And me, because I'm building myself and the things I'm trying to build according to God's principles. It can take a long time. And the reason why I put help into there is because no one can build something massive, something genuinely huge without help. We all need support. I don't know one person, I don't think there's anyone who's ever done something incredibly major without people, without other people. Think about it. If you want to build a business, who are your customers? People. If you have an idea, who's going to benefit from that idea? People. Whenever you do something, it always involves people. If you're doing something purely for yourself, nothing's going to come from it. Not really. You may start off well, but you eventually crash. Everybody needs people. You need support. You need encouragement. You need other ideas. You need people with skills in areas that you don't have. Now, the first part of that scripture is, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him." What's all that is saying is, be still in faith. If you're a believer, be still in faith. It takes time. Things can take a long time. And a lot of people get discouraged along the journey, especially when things get tough. But many people try many things many times, and the ones who stick with things are the ones who eventually get to the finish line. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time. And the second part is, "Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices." For me, what that stands out there is, sometimes looking at other people and feeling away is not the best way. Looking at people and getting inspired is a good thing. It shows that you're not a hater. If you look at someone and you genuinely get inspired to build, it means that you respect where that person is and willing to work hard to get there. But when you're looking at someone, for example, I remember when I used to chill with my friends and we'll see somebody who's doing well and be like, "Oh, he probably does ACC scams. Oh, this person's probably doing something dodgy to get somewhere." Because that's where our mind is, almost as if we couldn't get there without doing something underhanded, which it says, "Over the man who carries out evil devices." Sometimes trying to do something and then looking at someone who's done something in a dodgy way to get there and then getting jealous is not the right way to be. I mean, it can take a while to build something. For example, here, I wrote a note that says, "Don't look at people," it says, "Don't look at people to point out where you're angry." What? Don't look at people to point don't look at people to the point where you're angry. Sorry. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. Don't look at people to the point where you are angry, because it's looking at people and getting jealous doesn't help you. Looking at people and getting hateful doesn't help you. Looking at people and getting inspired, motivated, rejuvenated shows. This is what I mean by you need time and help. Looking at people and getting inspired by it can rejuvenate you. Trying to do everything yourself, you'll eventually reach a limit. Sometimes taking time to find people and then build with them is actually better. Don't try and hog all the glory for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't try and just hold on to things to say, "Oh, I did this. This is all mine. This is my work." Sometimes it's actually important to put pride aside and let people get involved. I understand that some things are people's life's works. And yes, I do understand that it's important sometimes to protect the dream, protect the plan you're doing, because not everybody's trustworthy. I get it. Not everybody's trustworthy. But just having people there, having people who can help you, and actually taking time to plan properly and doing things with them can actually be much better. Now, when I say plan properly, I'm not trying to say that's an excuse to procrastinate. Because my plan is not perfect, I'm not going to start. Because I don't have enough people around me, I'm not going to start. That's not what I'm saying. And it's good to start off, but it's also good to be mindful that we're going to need people at some point. We're going to need help. We're going to need support in different capacities. It could be encouragement. It could be insight. For example, if you're handling a lot of money, for example, You may need somebody who's more money savvy than you, who understands how money works, and money actually works in certain ways. So to get it to work for you properly, you may need the advice of the other people. Sometimes I used to get really precious about my music, about the work I do. I'll create a song and I found it hard to take criticism. I'm my own worst critic, even at this point, but sometimes it's hard to take criticism. But the person may have a point. They may say, you know what, use that key, use that octave. Some people may say this needs bass. Some people may even pick up a guitar and play something with it and it sounds amazing. I remember making a beat thinking it was done. I took her to the studio, and so a guy who just happened to be in the studio, he came along with another friend. He played something on the keys with it and it sounded amazing. I didn't even think of that. That's happened to me more than once, where somebody just plays something and it sounds brilliant. And I thought, raw, I didn't even think about this. In my head, the song was complete. The song was done. The song was ready. But just them putting that little nugget there, that little input, excelled what I thought was already good to great. You know what I mean? So sometimes we do need people. We need support, time and help. Take time. Trust the process. Trust God. Trust the direction is going. Hold it in faith. Just continue along the lines. Don't give up. It's tough. I know saying don't give up sounds blasé. Believe me, what I'm saying, I'm not saying it just for the sake of saying it. It's the truth. Imagine if Bezos, the Amazon dude, gave up. Imagine if the Google guys gave up. Imagine if KFC, Colonel, gave up. Imagine if Colonel Sanders. Anyways, I don't know. Imagine all the things you're enjoying right now. Somebody invented this thing. Somebody invented a speaker, and then some people improved it. So there might have been problems along the way building things. There might have been imperfections, but they didn't give up. Somebody built the studio. You know what I mean? It takes time. Like a carpenter, somebody had to put the wood in and all these things. If I decided to build a studio and I gave up because it was taking too long, or because I didn't see the end of it, I wouldn't be enjoying this right now. If you know what I mean. So it's good to carry on. It's going to take time and help. You need to focus, trust the process, and don't look at things and get angry. Don't look at people doing things the wrong way and saying, you know what, sometimes people doing things the right way doesn't always yield the right results. It takes too much time. Let me just cut corners. Cutting corners could really damage your foundation. Can you imagine if you ask somebody to put a car together, build a car for you, because you can build cars from scratch, but they cut corners. They didn't test the brakes. They didn't look at the exhaust properly. They didn't really look at the engine. They cut corners. So because of that, they didn't really analyze to see if there were faults. They didn't take time to really build the car to a point where it was actually safe to drive and effective to drive. And they cut corners. Eventually, you'll be driving the car and you can end up in an accident. Yeah, the car could actually start breaking down, and because of that, you have to spend a lot more money and a lot more time repairing things because corners were cut. Sometimes it's just good to take the long process, take the long road if it will yield you the best long-term benefits. Most things, especially like businesses, investments, it's a long-term thing. It's not short-term. You need to go through that waiting time. Focus your work and build, but don't let someone else's position discourage you. Not everyone does things morally to what they not everyone does things morally to get what they have. Not everybody. For example, okay, the bottom line is sometimes doing things the right way, which may be the long way, is the best way about it. It takes time to build anything worth building, and you definitely need people to get there. I'm telling you this because I made this mistake for a long time. If you're trying to achieve a dream, if you're trying to build something, you can't be strong everywhere. I'm not at all. I'm actually not the most business-minded person. I'm more of a creator, but I need business-minded people around me to get me to where I'm going, which is why I'm sharing this today. So hope that helps somebody. If you're trying to build something, just keep reminding yourself it's going to take time and it's going to take help. It's good to have milestones and have goals. Set a goal and put a time on it to make sure that you meet it. But just know that even if you go over it, some things are just not short-term goals. It takes a while. So I hope that helps somebody today. My name is Unique Creation. Stay focused. Don't take any shortcuts. Unless it's helpful, don't take any dodgy steps that's going to hinder you in the long run. Do what you need to do now. Do it the right way. Try and maintain patience the best you can and get there in good time so that you can enjoy and look back at the fact that you did everything right, so you don't have to look over your shoulder because you took a dodgy shortcut. Anyways, my name's Unique Creation. Hope that helped. Much love. Talk to you at the next one. Bless.